John Lyons TD. We've Aoife Griffin, who is Head of Advocacy at the Irish Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. Not at the podium, but equally as important, are Roisin Ward and Margaret Burke from the group LGBT with Kids, and Dr. James Riley, who is our Minister for Children and Youth, as I'm sure we all know. We'll be hearing from each of them in turn and watching a short campaign video towards the end. Just before we start, I suppose housekeeping. Your emergency exits are here, and there. I'd like to thank Tig and the staff of the Teachers Club. They put on this room for us for free. They have got a bar open at the side, so if you want to get a drink at some point, feel free to do so. I will do more thank yous at the end, but for now, I should probably get started. So, I should probably introduce myself then. I'm Niall. I'm from Tala. I teach second class. Quite a late entrance to teaching at 30, so I suppose a lot of the ways that teachers might feel about and their own experience of LGBT issues of maybe being closeted through their whole career kind of haven't applied to me. I was, I suppose, out with a vengeance up until I was 30, and then in a very short period back in, just because I felt that that was what I needed to do for my job. But luckily, that's not the case anymore. Now, I set up this group, Teachers for Marriage Equality, after seeing a man called Noel Sharkey speaking at a campaign meeting about a month or two ago. And he had just set up a group called Doctors for Marriage Equality. The main reason he set it up was because he was horrified when he saw a No campaign leaflet that stated that LGBT people were more likely to have curtailed lifespans, were more prone to cancers, and were more likely to harm children in their care. So he set up that group as a doctor for them to rebut that kind of medical misinformation. When I heard him speak, I just couldn't help imagining, what if a 13-year-old kid got their hands on that leaflet? A 13-year-old kid who was starting to discover that they might be lesbian, gay, bisexual or transgender. And that's why one of the reasons I set up this group was to show our pupils that we're here, we're available, we're listening, we're approachable, and we're willing to talk about anything you'd like, but also to rebut some of that misinformation about children that's been put out there. Now, we know all about misinformation in this campaign, we've seen the posters, and I don't want to dwell on that, because it's not worth our time. I'd like to talk about reality instead. And the reality is that right now, there's a boy somewhere in Ireland, and he's lying on his bed, staring at the ceiling, and he's afraid to go to school tomorrow, because somebody is bullying him for being gay. And there's a girl somewhere in our country, and she's feeling the same way. And there are hundreds of them. And they're 12, and they're 13, and they're 14, and they're 15, and they're older, and they're younger. And they have nobody to talk to, because the research tells us that children in Ireland start to realise their lesbian, gay or bisexual identity at 12, transgender children much, much younger than that. But the average for tenants of is 18. So that's 6 years of isolation, your entire secondary school career. And I feel like I know every last one of them, because I was one of them. And I remember that isolation, and it was dreadful. But more than the isolation, I remember helplessness. I'm a teacher now, and we tell children that when you're bullied, you say, stop, get away, you tell an adult. But I couldn't tell. Because if I'd been bullied for being too short, or too tall, chance to be a fine thing, or for being overweight or underweight, or having glasses or the wrong colour hair, or any of the myriad reasons that children find to be horrible to each other, I would have told. I would have sought the help and protection of adults, my parents, and my teachers. But they bullied me for being gay. So I was afraid to tell, because I thought the adults would agree with them. I thought my teachers and my parents would think they were right to bully me, because a little part of me felt that too, that there was something wrong with me. Because being gay was bad, and everybody knew that. Because when two lesbians shared a peck on the lips on Brookside, they had to show it at 9:30 p.m. instead of 6:30 p.m. And because the gay lifestyle magazines like the gay equivalent of Cosmo or Just 17 were on the top shelf with the dirty rags. And being gay was dirty and wrong and inappropriate, and those were the messages that I received. Now I want you to think about that for a moment, that I was afraid to tell my parents that I was gay, because I thought they wouldn't accept me. My parents. The two over there in the row looking like they're really disappointed that it's okay. You know, I was lucky enough to grow up in the most loving, most stable family that it would be possible to have. You know, with two parents who worked their fingers to the bone to provide for me, who told me that I could be anything in life that I wanted, which is probably why I ended up being an archaeologist for years instead of getting a real job. But I thought they wouldn't accept me. These people who had given me 15 years of unconditional love, and I thought they wouldn't accept me because of messages I got from Brookside and magazines on a shelf. And that is the power of those messages. Anyone who is a teacher or a parent or spends any length of time with young children knows that they are always listening. And when you're having a conversation that you don't want them to overhear, then they're really listening. And if they look like they're not listening, then they're really, really listening. But what they're doing is they're soaking up all of these messages, and they might be old enough to understand everything you're saying, but not old enough to question it. And they mull over it, and before you know, they're lying in their bed for 6 years staring at the ceiling, afraid to tell. Now, the children growing up today, I suppose, don't have as negative an experience completely as many of us would have had. You know, I'm more than happy to acknowledge that there's loads of positive gay role models out there, and gay people are more visible in society than they used to be. But they're still not equal. And that is a problem, and that is a message. You know, let's imagine there's two children sharing a desk in your class. Let's call them Anne and Barry. Okay? And every day, you, as a teacher, and some of you are parents as well, every day you encourage Anne and Barry. You tell them that it's great to be different. It's brilliant to be unique. And that's what makes them them. And you tell them, dream, aspire, have all the dreams in the world, because if you work hard, they'll come true. And that's your job as a teacher. And it's your job as a parent. But sometimes I feel a little bit guilty about that. Because Barry will grow up, and he'll use his difference to carve out his own niche in the world, and he'll be respected for it. But one of Anne's differences is that she's gay, and that won't be celebrated. And it'll mean things like Anne is going to have to think twice before she applies for teacher training, in case the school she's in does not accept her. And she'll have to think twice before she takes the hand of the woman she loves. And when she does find somebody that she loves, she'll have to accept something lesser in the form of a partnership. Okay? And I told her to dream, and I told her it was great to be different. Now, she'll come to terms with it. But what sort of language is that? Coming to terms with your sexuality? That is not the language of a life. That is the language of a loss. Because Anne is losing out. She's losing out on the things that Barry doesn't even know he has. And the only reason for that is because of that one difference. And that is not good enough. Okay? I want every child in my class to have the same opportunities in every single aspect of their lives. We're told the relationship aspect is fine because we have civil partnerships. But what's wrong with civil partnerships? Why isn't it good enough for our pupils? Because it's not equality. Or lately, we've been told that we should create some sort of new inventive structure, and that we shouldn't be pushing gay people to conform into a heteronormative sort of a marriage. That to do so would be to ignore the uniqueness of gay people. Well, it's a very strange argument in my opinion, but a very close friend of mine said very eloquently that when we gave women equal rights, we did not say they were the same as men. They're still different. They're different and equal. And I want the children in my class to be different and equal. Anything other than full access to civil marriage is not good enough for our children and pupils. The misdirection around partnerships and different relationships for gay people is like, you know that bunch of kids in the yard, and they don't really want to play with this other boy. And you go over to them and you say, you have to play with him now, come on. we're all inclusive. And they say, okay, fine. And they take him off to the corner of the yard, and then you over here, well, you're not Iron Man, I'm Iron Man. Because if you're Iron Man, I can't be Iron Man. And you need to play over in that part of the yard where the markings are more faded and the paint is worn away. It's changing the parameters of the game to make it unrecognisable from the thing that you wanted to access. And it's not good enough. Now, that's all a bit negative, I suppose. And so I'm going to finish up quickly. I want to explain what would be good enough. What I want for my pupils, what I want Anne and Barry to have. I spent years hiding who I was from two wonderful parents, suffering in isolation because of silly little messages I took from the world around me, and I shouldn't have. And sometimes I kind of feel like I let them down by not thinking more of them, by not realising that, of course, they'd be supportive. And when I finally did tell them, I remember my mother's reaction in particular, and she just acted as if I just said I preferred tea to coffee. That was it. Now, I know that there's always going to be negative messages floating around for gay children to hear, and I'm not going to be naive about that. But I want them to be drowned out. Shouted down. Shouted down into silence by one huge, deafening message that will counteract all of the others. I want to tell my pupils to dream and to aspire, and I want to know when I tell them that it's true, that when I send them out into the big bad world later, that they're not going to have to worry about things. And I just want them to know that they're gay, and there's no coming to terms with being gay. It's not a loss. It's something to happily accept, or even to celebrate, like preferring tea to coffee. And do you know what that message is? The one that we're here to deliver today. Anyone? Yes. It's yes. Yes, you're equal. Yes, you're Irish. Yes, you're the same as everybody else. Yes, we want you. Yes, you're valued. Vote yes in May for your pupils. Thank you.